Hello and welcome to this video 4 of our Microsoft Excel series. In today's video, we are going to see how we deal with charts in Microsoft Excel because many are cases when we need to represent data in visual formats. And as they usually say that an image is worth more than 1,000 words, when you're dealing with lots of data, it becomes easier for you to analyze and interpret the data if it is presented in a visual format. So Microsoft Excel has a variety of charts, and we are going to discuss those charts. And in discussing the charts, we are going to rely on this data set that we have been manipulating in this series. But before we begin, please consider subscribing, sharing, and liking this video. You can also make a comment in the comment section so that we can know what you feel about our videos and any changes that you'd like us to make in our videos. So let's proceed. Now, when you want to make charts in Microsoft Excel, there are quite a number of processes that one can follow. There are different approaches that people usually advocate for, but I want to show you the simplest one that everybody can easily understand and remember. So let's take an example of this data set and see that we would like to present this sales data all the way from 2017, the month of January, up to 2021, the month of June, in visual form or in a chart. So for us to be able to do that, what you first do is that you highlight the data that you wish to present. Make sure that you have also highlighted the months and also the years so that your chart can be a little bit more presentable and it can be clear for people to understand. Then after you do that, you go to the insert here on the menu bar. Some call it the navigation bar. Then over here you find a group which is known as charts, and there are quite a number of charts that are available for you to choose from. But if you're not certain the one that is most appropriate for your data set, you go for the recommended charts. So you click on recommended charts. Then Microsoft Excel will provide you with a variety of charts here, and you can see like here we have a line chart. When I look at these line charts, we can see that the key has the 2017, 2018, 2019. Then we have those months. But now this line chart seems not to communicate much. A line chart would be much better if you are just dealing with one variable. But now since we are dealing with multiple variables, I believe that it is not communicating as much because we cannot be able to do a really thorough analysis. So we go to the second option. The second option here, we have this chart which has bars, and we can see that we have months on the x-axis as well as amount in dollars in the y-axis. Then our key presents us with the years, which shows that blue takes year 2017, orange takes year 2018, this charcoal gray takes year 2019, this is yellow, year 2020, and this light blue takes year 2021. So with this one, we can easily be able to see that on the month of January, for the year 2017, the sales were the lowest, while the sales were highest for the years 2019 as well as the years 2021. So this one is a little bit better in communicating. We can also be able to tell that the highest sales were realized in the year 2021 in the month of May, as you can see from this bar chart. So this one is communicating. It is easier for anybody to analyze and make decision out of it. We have another option here, but this one, similar to the line chart, is not communicating much. We have another one here, and now the challenge with this one is that one, we cannot be able to really tell those margins by just looking at it. Therefore, it makes it very difficult for one to easily make a decision using this one. It is usually known as the stacked column chart, but I really don't like it because of how it is presenting its data. It would be better if one was to use it to show some share of percentage. Let's say, for example, you have some data in which certain aspect takes like certain percent, another one takes 20%. You want to show it, then rather than using a pie chart, you can just come and use this one over here. So we have another one here, which is a line chart, and this line chart, unlike the previous one, in the first one that we saw, this one is a little bit better, but still not communicating much. Then we have another option here. Now, rather than having, it's called a clustered column chart, rather than having months in the x-axis, in this one we have years in the x-axis. So that's why you can see that we have quite a clustered columns over here. And just like the previous one where we had months on the x-axis, this one is also communicating. But from the analysis of those charts that we have talked about, I would prefer to go with this clustered column chart that considers months in the x-axis. If, for instance, you have not found a chart that you prefer, you can click here on all charts and you'll be able to explore other charts that are available for you or that are there at your disposal. But now, in my case, I have settled with the column chart and I have seen that it is delivering what I want, so I'll be going with it. So after you do that, you can be able to select various styles over here, including 3D clustering, 3D stacked column, and so on. Like for example, you can go for 3D clustering here and see what it has to offer. It looks a little bit more presentable and so on. Now, let us just do a very simple one so that everybody can be able to follow along. So we go with this clustered chart over here and we click OK. After we click OK, your chart will appear over there. You can be able to just put your mouse over and drag this chart to wherever you would like to place it. Like in my case, I would like to place it somewhere here so that I'm able to manipulate it a little bit more. So once the chart appears there, now you can be able to do some manipulations to these charts. If you come to the design tab here, you can be able to choose the style that you want your charts to have. If, for example, by default, it takes this particular style known as style 1. If you go to style 2, you can see that the figures appear there. You go to style 3, it looks like this. You go to style 4, looks like this. You can also go to style 5, which makes it to have a dark background, and this one, I believe this one looks a little bit better. And you can be able to do as many styles as possible. If you click on this particular drop down over here, you can see the variety of styles that are available. Now this chart, as you can see it doesn't have a title, so we really don't know what we are dealing with. So the very first thing that we do is to put a title to this particular chart. So you have several options that one can use. You can come here and double click on this one. Then once you double click on this one, your cursor will appear in there and you'll be able to do editing, so you can delete whatever is available there. And now you can call it the title that you wish, maybe ABC High Season Sales, High Season Sales. Then we can say is 2017 to 2021, and there we go. We have our title. We have our title for the chart. Now, the other thing that we see with this particular chart is that the X and the Y axes are not labeled. Nobody really knows what they represent. So let's give them a label. So what you do is that you click inside the chart, then you come and click on this plus button over there. Then you come here and check this one and say X-axis title. All right, axis title. So check it. Then you come here. You start with the Y-axis. So delete whatever is available here. Then you can say amount in dollars. Go to the X-axis, delete whatever is available here. Then you can talk of months like that. Now you can see that our chart is looks a little bit better. It has a title. It is labeled. This title is not centered, so we can actually drag it somewhere towards this direction, like that. Now it is centered. We have labeled the X and Y axis. So if you come to this particular button over here, you can also be able to put other things such as data labels. If you want to see the figures, you can be able to put a table there if you want to see the figures. Some error bars just to show the magnitude of error. If, for example, you would like to remove the legend is usually the key. You can just uncheck this one, but in this case we would like to keep it so that people can be able to tell exactly what is happening. And you can see now we have our legend over there, and it is showing people that this particular bar represents this. If you would like to resize your chart, you can just come here and drag it to the desired size that you like. If you would like to even copy it and put it on a new sheet, you can actually come here and just say Control C, then you click a new sheet over here and you put Control V. So once you put it like that, you realize that now you have your sheet over there, your chart over there, and it is very easy for people to interpret the data that is contained in this particular chart. So that's all for the chart today. We are going to discuss more and more charts as we move along in this particular series. We are going to even see at what point do we use pie charts, and how do we create pie charts, and how do we label pie charts as we move along. Please continue subscribing to this channel, and thank you for watching this video.